Hi, welcome to the video, and today I'm going to go over the most basic swing trading strategy you could execute on my favorite stock, and this is for the person that knows nothing about trading. It literally just uses the idea of buy low, sell high, and personally, I do not recommend day trading or swing trading. Buy and hold strategies win out time and time again for the vast majority of investors, and yes, that includes you and me. But I realize that me telling you it's a bad idea is not going to dissuade most of you. In case you're curious, I want to give you the basic tools you need to at least make one successful trade. This is not going to be technical, but I believe the fundamentals of what I'm going to show you is what day trading is. Here you can actually see all of my gains trading this stock that I'm about to talk about, which is Riot. And I do options trading, but I realized most of you don't understand what options trading actually is. But the same principles and general idea I used to win over 90% of my trades and make $3,700 could also apply to day trading or swing trading. And for full transparency, here you can see this is my TD Ameritrade account. This actually has all of the trades I've made this year, and here you can see all of my Riot trades, and all the way on the right here is the profit column. It's nothing crazy, but very consistent. I make a couple $100 every day or so trading this stock. Now let's get into the strategy. So there's a lot of different schools of thought. Personally, I think day trading is gambling for most people. Even for professionals, there's a huge element of luck. But the way you take out the luck factor is to only trade the most optimal setups. So a setup is when you see a certain pattern. And today I'm going to show you the most simplest pattern I personally use to make the money I do on Riot. If you search Riot stock on Google, this is what pops up. And before I forget, so Riot Blockchain is a company that mines Bitcoin, and that's basically all you need to know. So first off, you need to choose the right stock to trade. And the reason I'm trading Riot is because I am very bullish on Bitcoin, at least in the short term. So when I say short term, in the next couple of years, I believe Riot will grow a lot. So with companies that you want to day trade or swing trade, for most beginners, and actually for most people, I think you would make the most money going long on a stock. And going long means you buy low and sell high. That's basically it. Because if you wanted to short sell a stock, you're betting against the market. You're betting that it's going to fall, and that's just, it costs money to short sell. It complicates things. So that's why I'm trading Riot Blockchain. And the good thing about this company too is that there's a lot of volatility. For options, that's very profitable because higher volatility means higher premiums. But for the regular trader that just wants to trade the underlying stock, more volatility means the price fluctuates a lot. Now, when the price fluctuates a lot, that means there's opportunity. That means the stock's going to go very high, and then it's going to go very low and then back very high. So if you are a trader that's going long, you want to buy low and sell high. So now here's the strategy. Bear with me. If you blink, you might miss it. All we want to do is look at the stock movement in about the past month and look at where its lowest point is. Now this is called a support. So in February 26th, its lowest point was about $43.74. And in March 8th, its lowest point was about $38.98. So for this swing trade strategy, and again, I say swing trade, not day trade. Swing trade means we are buying at a certain day and waiting days to profit from that trade. So we're not doing intraday trading. And I'll show you why we don't do intraday trading later, but let me tell you this strategy first. So all we're going to do is, if you set a limit order at $38.98, this is the support, the lowest it's been in about the past month, and then you set a sell order at the highest it's been in the past month. Let's be not as greedy. Let's say $71.33. It's not the actual high, but it's pretty close to the high. That's the swing trade. So here, as of today, the stock price is around $63. What are the chances it's going to drop all the way down to $38.98? I don't know. It's possible that this stock would continue to shoot up all the way to $90, and it's never going to hit $38.98 again. But if it were to drop down all the way to $38.98, what are the chances it would go back up from that price? I would say very, very, very high. So this is what I mean by an optimal setup. It's maybe not going to happen. But I believe since the stock is very volatile, it could happen. So imagine the stock were to drop this low, and all you have to do is hold it. And imagine if you were to actually execute this trade, buy at $38.98 and sell at $71.33. That is like an 80% gain and with a very, very high probability of winning. That's what they mean by these optimal setups. And that's what day trading is at its base fundamentals. Even if you're looking at a stock on the minute by minute basis or 5-minute intervals, that's what you're trying to do. And this is actually how I've made money so consistently on options. Essentially, without going too much into what options are, I am betting that it's not going to fall below this price every time. Every time I open a new position, I'm saying, I don't think it's going to drop below this. I don't think it's going to drop below this. And 9 times out of 10, I am right. And that's why 9 times out of 10, I make money. So same applies for swing trading. When it goes this low, when it goes to a historical support, I mean, the stock hasn't been around for that long, but in the past month, I'm going to call this a historical support. The likelihood that it's going to bounce back up from that support is very, very high, especially, and this is important because this is a company I'm bullish on. So that's super important because you are human and it's up to you to understand the stock and to not paper hand and just sell when it's dropping. You need to have conviction that wherever you're buying this stock, it's going to go up in the future. And you just need to have patience and set your profit target. And the reason I set the profit target at $71.33 is because it's hit it before. Would not be a record high, so the probability of it hitting this again is pretty high. It's been there. It's likely to go there again, especially with a company like Riot Blockchain that's still so early. There's still so much hype in this company. And there's a lot of companies like this. You don't need to overcomplicate swing trading if you insist on doing it. Just find historical supports and sell at highs. And that's it. You don't need to catch every minute movement. Just look at overall rough concrete trends. So how long will we keep this position open for? Honestly, it could be indefinitely. If this setup were to succeed and you get an 80% return, even if it took 1 year or 2 years, you would still be beating 99% of traders. Even though this specific setup is unlikely to happen, if it were to happen, you have a high probability of profiting a lot. And that's it. Now, why don't we do intraday trading? Or at least, why don't I do intraday trading? Day trading means you open a position and you close it on the same day. Okay, so imagine we saw this drop and we caught it right at the bottom at about $50 and we timed it perfectly, which never ever happens, and we sold it right at the top of this day, $52.17. Let's just say $2. So $50 to make $2. So if we had bought 20 shares of Riot, which would be $1,000, and we sold it at $52, which would be $1,040, we would have to bet $1,000 to make $40, and this is the perfect trade. And this would require us to stare at the screen 24/7. Now, obviously, that's not the movement that day traders make most of their money, but actually scalpers do that. Scalpers make even less than that and they need to win more. If you're a day trader, the movement you want is like right here. So this is a really big move. So let's say you bought it at $34.42 and you sold it exactly at the top, $41. Let's say you bought 20 shares again. So $680, buy it. And then we sold it for $41. So we make a profit of $120. That's pretty good. Optimal is never going to happen. In reality, even for the most experienced traders, what you would do is wait for it to come back up. So it comes back up, and then it's tested right here. It goes back down again, and then it pauses here and it goes back up. And here, maybe that's when you get in. You'll buy at $36 and it goes back up and it goes back up. At $38, it's already moved more than 5%. You would take a little bit of profit off here and it come back down and you get ready with your stop loss order, and then it come back up again, and then maybe you take a little bit more profit off here at $38, and then it go all the way back down. And then a lot of people would even have taken all of their profit off the table here, because any profit at all is better than taking a risk that this downward trend continues. At the end of the day, you can do all the analysis in the world. Luck is a huge factor. And if you are a really, really good trader, you would have caught this final movement all the way up. You're already taking profit on the way up. So this final move that's close to the max amount of profit could only be 20 or 30% of the total pool you're playing with. So ultimately, you wouldn't even make $120. You would make probably half of that if you're lucky. So $60 in this really, really good move. And that would be a really good day. And the important thing is, like I said before, this would require you being locked onto your computer for 24/7. That's what day trading is. You can take a break in the middle of the day, but essentially that's a full-time job. Versus if you're swing trading, you just have a lot more time, a lot more flexibility. You can see overall trends, you could set limit orders, and you could do other stuff in the day because you're not catching these little movements. Now, of course, the flip side is if you are a very, very good day trader, you are making money a lot more often and ultimately potentially making more money. But that is a very, very minority of people. Yeah, that's my spiel. I have a lot of people contacting me wanting to learn more about day trading, and I always recommend not to do it because it's a lot more gambly than most people on the internet will let you know. And that's me having tried it and really, really studying it and doing a variation of it now. Even though it's not day trading, I'm still trading. And I realize how hard trading in general is, how many factors are out of your control. Occasionally, you can catch nice dips and you can sell high. It's good to know. It's a good supplement. Not a good full daytime job. Options trading though, that's another story, but that's a much longer, more complicated story. And if Riot is a stock that's too expensive for you to trade, you could also consider Mara, which moves very, very similar to Riot, and it's generally $20 cheaper. But if Mara and Riot are too expensive for you, then you should not be day trading. Work on yourself, increase your income. Investing long-term will be your primary way of building wealth. Trust me. But let me know, do you day trade? What do you think about it? That's it for today. Please like and subscribe if that was helpful. This is Green Knight Trading, where Squires become knights. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you soon.